He was basketball's unstoppable force, the most amazing offensive force the game has ever seen. Asked to name the greatest player ever to play basketball, many fans and aficionados would put Wilt Chamberlain at or near the top of the list. Dominating the game as a handful of players in any sport ever have, Chamberlain appeared capable of scoring and rebounding at will, despite the double and triple teams and regular fouling tactics that opposing teams used to try to shut him down. The record books are no doubt heavy with Chamberlain's accomplishments. He was the only NBA player to score 4,000 points in a season. He set NBA single-game records for most points, 100, most consecutive field goals, 18, and most rebounds, 55. Perhaps his most mind-boggling stat was the 50.4 points per game he averaged during the 1961-62 season. And even if not that, then perhaps the 48.5 minutes per game he averaged the same year. He retired as the all-time leader in career points with 31,419, which was later surpassed by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Karl Malone, Michael Jordan, and Dirk Nowitzki. He is leading in rebounds with 23,924. He led the NBA in scoring 7 years in a row. He was the league's top rebounder in 11 of his 14 seasons. And as if to prove that he wasn't a selfish player, he had the NBA's highest assist total in 1967-68. No other player in NBA history has created so many myths or created such an impact. It is difficult to imagine now, with the seemingly continuing surge of higher skilled players, the effect of playing against Chamberlain, who wasn't only taller and stronger than almost anyone he matched up against, but remarkably coordinated as well. A track and field star in high school and college, Chamberlain stood 7 feet 1 inches and was listed at 275 pounds. Though he filled out and added more muscle as his career continued and eventually played at over 300 pounds. Chamberlain was two of a few players of his day who had the sheer strength to block a dunk. Strength was something Chamberlain had as a college and professional player. In 3 varsity seasons at Philadelphia's Overbrook High, starting at 52-53, Chamberlain led the team to records of 19-2, 19-0, and 18-1. In his prep years, he scored 2,206 points and had individual games in which he scored 90, 74, and 71 points. In his senior year, he averaged 44.5 points. In his 90-point game, he scored 60 points in 12 minutes of the second half. In 1955, Chamberlain claimed he would play college ball at the University of Kansas because NCAA rules at the time didn't allow freshmen from playing at the varsity level. Chamberlain was placed on the freshman team upon his arrival in Kansas. His first contest with the freshmen was against the varsity, which was favored to win its conference that year. Chamberlain made his debut for the Jayhawks varsity squad in a game against Northwestern on the 3rd of December 1956. He set a school record when he scored 52 points in an 87-69 victory. Chamberlain then guided Kansas to the 57 NCAA title game against North Carolina. Although North Carolina beat Kansas by 1 point in the triple overtime, Chamberlain was named the tournament's most outstanding player. The following year, he was selected to All-Conference and All-American teams. He showed his athletic versatility by bagging the high jump competition in the Big 8 track and field championships, clearing the bar at 6'6". In May of 1958, Chamberlain decided to forego his senior season at Kansas, deciding instead to turn pro. But because of an NBA rule that prevented college players from playing in the league until their class graduated, he was in limbo for a year. He passed the time by playing for the Harlem Globetrotters in 58-59 for a salary reported to be around $50,000, an astronomical sum at the time. When Chamberlain ultimately slipped on a Philadelphia uniform for the start of the 59-60 season, the basketball world eagerly awaited the young Giant's debut. And he did not disappoint. In his first game against the Knicks in New York, he pumped in 43 points and grabbed 28 rebounds. In a sensational rookie year, Chamberlain averaged 37.6 points and 27 rebounds, and was proclaimed NBA Rookie of the Year. All-Star Game Most Valuable Player, and NBA Most Valuable Player, as well as being selected to the All-NBA First Team. In Chamberlain's first year and for many years afterward, opposing teams simply didn't know how to handle him. Tom Heinsohn, the great Celtics forward who later became a coach and broadcaster, said Boston was one of the first clubs to apply a team defense concept to stop Chamberlain. On the 2nd of March 1962, Chamberlain set a record that may stand forever. In a game against the New York Knicks in Hershey, Pennsylvania, he scored 100 points in 4 quarters to help the Warriors win the game, 169-147. In '62, Chamberlain moved with the franchise to San Francisco, and he led the league in scoring in both 62-63 and 63-64. The Warriors lost to the Celtics in the 1964 finals in 5 games, but midway through the following season, he was sent back home to Philadelphia. 2 days after the 1965 All-Star Game, Chamberlain was swapped with the 76ers, formerly the Syracuse Nationals until the 1963-64 season, for Connie Durking, Lee Schaffer, Paul Newman, and $150,000. In Philadelphia, he joined a promising 76ers team that included Hal Greer and Larry Costello in the backcourt and Chet Walker and Luke Jackson up front. The following season, 1965-66, Philadelphia posted the best record in the league at 55-25. But for the second year in a row, the 76ers fell to Boston in the Eastern Division Finals. Philadelphia, which had added talented forward Billy Cunningham, started the year by winning 45 of its first 49 games, en route to a 68-13 record, at that time the best in league history. In the division semifinals, the Sixers ousted Cincinnati. The division finals saw the 76ers matched up against the Celtics, and Chamberlain matched up against Russell once again after years of frustration. Chamberlain finally got by his arch-rival as Philadelphia raced by Boston in 5 games, ending the Celtics' 8-year stranglehold on the NBA title. Playing the Warriors in the 1967 NBA Finals, the Sixers came away with the championship, winning the series in 6 games. After his monstrous scoring year in 1961-62, Chamberlain's average dropped slowly each year until the 1967-68 season, when it rose slightly to 24.3 points per game from 24.1 the season before. During his first 7 years, Chamberlain scored an average of 39.4 points per game and led the league in scoring all 7 seasons, a string matched only by Michael Jordan 2 decades later. In Chamberlain's second 7 years, he averaged 20.7 points. In 1967-68, he was also chosen to the All-NBA First Team for the 7th and final time and selected League MVP for the 4th and final time. After taking the Eastern Division that season, the Sixers were eliminated in the conference finals for the 3rd time in 4 seasons by the Celtics. Soon after, Chamberlain was traded to the Lakers for Jerry Chambers, Archie Clark, and Doral Imhoff. He spent his final 5 campaigns in Los Angeles and helped the Lakers to the NBA Finals 4 times in those 5 seasons. The most notable season was 1971-72, in which he scored only 14.8 points per game. But his contributions came in other forms. At age 35, he managed to grab 19.2 rebounds per contest and was selected to the NBA All-Defensive First Team. Chamberlain had become a great team player, complementing the styles of guards Jerry West and Gail Goodrich, and forwards Happy Hairston and Jim McMillan. The 1971-72 Lakers set an NBA record by winning 33 games in a row en route to then NBA record 69-13 regular season mark. One victory better than Chamberlain's 1966-67 Sixers team, the Chicago Bulls with Michael Jordan would post a 72-10 record in 1995-96. The Lakers then stormed to the championship with a 5-game triumph against New York in the 1972 NBA Finals. Retiring from the NBA at the end of the 1972-73 season, Chamberlain went on to demonstrate the full range of his talents. Eclectic didn't begin to describe his activities. Like many pro players, he spent a year coaching at the pro level for the San Diego Conquistadors of the American Basketball Association. San Diego had wanted him to be a player coach, but legal entanglements prevented that, and Chamberlain soon became bored with a coach-only role. Even when he was in his 50s, a story would pop up now and then about some NBA team talking to Chamberlain about making a comeback, figuring he could still give them 15 or 20 solid minutes as a backup center. Chamberlain, who loved the limelight, seemed to bask in those reports, but he never took up any team on its offer. Rather, he continued to be a voracious reader who also published several books and involved himself with other pursuits, including maintaining a lively bachelor's existence. In 1978, his first year of eligibility, Chamberlain was elected to the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. And in 1996-97, he was selected to the NBA 50th Anniversary All-Time Team. On October 12, 1999, Chamberlain passed away at the age of 63 due to heart failure at his home. With that said, thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you enjoyed.